Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be reviewing these new alcohol-based markers by Arteza. They're called the Everblend art markers. So let's get started. First we're going to take off some of this packaging. Okay. These markers do come in a case. It seems like a very high quality case, judging by the feel of it on the outside. It has a pocket in the back here where you could fit the strap, I guess, or whatever else. It has the strap, flips onto here, right? It has, in the front, it has clips and Velcro, which I think is overkill. I think the Velcro would have been just fine. It's a very hard Velcro, it's very tight. I wouldn't even bother normally putting these on if I kept the marker in the case, which I know I won't. Okay, here they are, so pretty. The case has these Velcro things on the side so it can open. They just come apart like that. And then there is another one on the other side and it opens up pretty flat. It has some extra slot. I think it's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 12 extra slots for more markers. And there are 60 markers in here. The price of this on Amazon, when I bought it, it turned out to be like 70 something. But then I had a $10 coupon that was offered by Arteza, and so the price came down. I paid about $65 for it. In the end, after taxes, it was like back up to 70 something. So I know I paid like five and some cents for taxes. So right now they're listed on Amazon for $64.58. So when you divide all that up, you're paying like between $118 $119 per marker. Okay, and this comes off too. Not sure why this would need to come off, but it does. Okay, so these are very nice. I had already taken these out and I had done a review, but my review was so long that I had to redo my review and try to shorten it down. So this is like take 2 of my review. My Prismacolor markers came in a similar case, and what I don't like about these cases is just this, that it's hard to put the marker back in there. It was easy right then, but I've practiced. All right, let's take one of these out of here. I'm gonna move this out of the way and bring you in a little bit closer. Okay, I had to go change my background real quick because I think my camera will focus better on the writing. And let's take a look at this marker. The plastic feels pretty good. On this side it has chisel, on this side it has bullet. So these markers do not come with a brush tip. It has the writing at the end. It's very teeny tiny. So here it is compared to the Copic. The writing is much smaller. It doesn't look that small on camera, but when you're trying to see it like real quick, it's like barely visible. It's bigger than the sketch markers, but not by much. So they're bigger than all the other markers I have, the Prismacolor Sketch, right? They came out with like a different design here. It has a triangular design, which, I mean, if you lay it down wrong, like if you grab it by this wider side and just lay it down, it's gonna roll a little bit. But these do that too. If you lay it down on its side like that, and well, now it doesn't want to do that now. There it goes. They roll a little bit anyway. Okay, here's the bullet tip side, and the only markers I have with bullet nibs are, these are so hard to open. They're longer than the Prismacolor nibs, which is nice. I think, at least right now, it seems like you could go more, get more coverage sideways. I don't know. We shall see. So the chisel tip is longer than the, wait, it's a little bit longer, but it's wider. Okay guys, so first thing I'm gonna do is go through each color and swatch them. I'm gonna kind of put them in order from lightest to darkest. Okay, so this is the Everblend. I'm gonna be using the bullet nib for this first part of it. Right. And I know this is gonna take a while. I cannot get even color with the bullet nib. I can't on the Prismacolor either. I'm gonna use the chisel instead, and I'm gonna give this a second pass. And I'm gonna do the same with the Copic. This color's a little light to compare to that one. Did I get the wrong one? I think I got the wrong one. Okay, so I went ahead and switched. I got the aqua instead, and it's a little darker, so it's still not exactly the same, but it's a little darker at least. And I'm also gonna put this, yeah, that's way better matched than the other one, so that means I have to get a lighter. It's gonna be a little darker. This marker's very wet. So now I'm gonna do the yellow. It's very pretty. I kind of expect the colors to be pretty, you know. I think I'm gonna go over each of these twice. This one seems a little more dull. This one's a little brighter, but I've noticed that these colors go on. I noticed it from this one, and when I put it down over here, it almost didn't look like the same color. That is super bright now, but when I put it down, it was a little dull, so I thought that's what it would be too. We'll have to see when that one dries. Now there's this bright blue. It's not a circle. It's very pretty. It's like a warm lipstick red. We'll see how it dries. See how that brightened up? Also very pretty. This is like a dioxazine purple, very dark. I don't have anything, well, I do have darker in the Prismacolor. This is such a beautiful color. This it's like a dusty purple. Oh, I love this color. Those are all very pretty. Okay, so the first test I'm gonna do is just with, I'm gonna go with these two and these two. Just two similar colors, not super different in mass tone either. And I'm gonna use the chisel. I can't deal with the bullet nib. I've never even used the bullet nib in my Prismacolors. I don't know why it's there. I would have rather have had a chisel over there too. So let's start with whatever this is. I don't know if this is the lighter or the darker one. I think I made this too long. I'm actually not gonna use all of it. Okay. I could already tell it blends pretty well. These colors are very similar, so. Yep. That's very good. And I'm done with that. They blend very, very well. I don't even have to go over that again. That's very pretty. I'm gonna start with this one. And get it very wet, especially over there. Yep, same thing. Very good also. It's really good. Okay. I didn't expect that to blend that well. Try to get that blended in. It does pretty good. Let's go over it with both markers in the center section and then try to blend that out. That's better. Okay. Put these away. The only thing is this, and I'm gonna wait and see, but you see how much brighter this is over here than over here? Oh, all that is going right through this paper. That's the only thing about this paper. Still awesome paper though, but you're losing markers. You're losing ink. Okay, so it is brightening up. We'll have to see how bright that is because it seems like it picked up a lot of this blue and took it over here. So we're gonna do the same. That'll be interesting to see. Gonna do the same with this one.
Again.
I'm having a bit more trouble with this one getting that blue to disperse. Wow, this is actually harder. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, guys, that looks pretty good right there. I would say this blended a little bit better, but I'm not sure it's because I have a darker green down here, so it's not quite as dark as, so this is like a little more difficult blend because that green is so much darker. I feel that this one up here is less vibrant than this one. That means it picked up more of this and brought it over here. All right, now I'm gonna go with red and purple, just so you get some variety. This purple's so pretty. Get that a little wet. Okay, so I did this one backwards. This is the Copic here. This is very good. Okay. What did I do with the tip for this? The cap. Lost the cap. Okay. Okay. Okay, I feel that this blended better and faster, even though at first it almost seemed like it wasn't gonna blend. And I could keep working on it a little more right here, but I think that's pretty good for two colors that I would probably never blend together anyway. So now I'm gonna see how much better the blend is with the brush nib as opposed to the chisel. Let's do yellow and orange. I don't mean that. I mean yellow and red to make orange. Let's try that. Okay. This is not easier. It's actually easier with the chisel because you can really go to town on it. I still have to work it in. To do gradients, at least the chisel seems better to me. And then you gotta kind of clean it off because you could work it in more in the center, which is what you need to do. Okay. Let me clean this off. See, I would still have to work this in here. Oh, and I just messed up and did the wrong color. One thing I am noticing is that the Copics stay cleaner. So if I were doing this, I would be touching the tips of the markers to get somewhere in between here and add this to the middle before I even started. I almost barely have to clean the Copics. So this is the next test we're gonna do right here. But because of this, we're gonna do it on marker paper. I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna do 2 squares here. How well this blends does not matter. What I wanna see is what the color looks like before and how long it takes that color to look the same again. So I'm gonna do one here, one here. So I'm gonna use the yellow and the orange again. I'm gonna use the bullet nib on this one, and on the Copic I'm gonna use the brush just to see what the pure color is. Okay. And with the Copic I'm gonna use the brush because it's the one that I use less. It's definitely easier to use this, like for painting. It's easier than either the bullet or the chisel. Okay. Okay guys, I'm not really sure how to feel about this test. This blended much faster this time, which was surprising on this paper. Okay, here's what I think. On this one, if you can see, there is a gradient. It's a very, very smooth gradient. It seems like the red actually went in and blended with the ink in the yellow. Here it's more of a superficial thing. The red is kind of like on the outside of the nib and kind of easy to wipe off. Like I've wiped it off on my paper over here that I have. I've got this area to wipe everything off, and most of it is from trying to wipe the Everblend off. So that is where I try to wipe off, like the Everblend after I did it on the paper, it still had ink. It still had red in it. See right there. So I think these would end up wasting more ink because that ink really gets inside of that marker and eventually it'll completely contaminate that marker. That's the only thing that I think you would have to be a lot more careful with blending in this way. If I had done this on regular paper, it would have been cleaned right away just by dabbing that off. It does not go inside of the marker at all, that I could tell. So, what are the pros and cons? Okay, the Everblend is So it's got good price. It has really nice solid ink. It blends very nicely. The cons are that it has no brush nib, and that, as far as I know, there are no refills for them. The major con would be the markers seem to get contaminated very easily. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments if you've tried these, what you think of them. Are they worth it? I think they're worth it for the price, especially for someone who's not crazy about the brush nib. Like my son doesn't use the brush nib. He prefers the bullet point or the chisel. They have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, so if you don't like it at all, if it's not up to your expectations, then you could just return them. So that's very nice, and I am still like, I kind of want to return these because they do that thing and they don't have the brush nib, and I thought it wouldn't be a big deal, but I'm too used to using the brush nib. But other than that, I mean, I got these for my son and I think they're great to start with. They're nice markers and he really likes them, so we're gonna keep them.
Ready, set, go.
You will subscribe, you will like, you will click that little notification bell. You will.
Don't talk like that. Just talk normal.
Come on.
How would you really talk to someone? You will. You gotta be louder.
You will subscribe, you will like, you will click the notification bell.
Come on.
You will watch all of our videos. I'm out and I'm out. You will do that. Out.
Come on.
I knew that this was gonna take long. You will subscribe. You will like. You will click the little notification bell. And you will watch all of our videos. Signing out. Da-da-da-da.
What is that?